Make it personal. You know everything about Sweden, I heard it. Good. You forgot Björn Borg and ABBA, otherwise you were home free, I think. So, let me take you back just a few years. I was on the phone with a friend, his name is Hans. Hans is a fellow speaker like us, a motivational speaker. And I invited him to be listening in to one of my speeches because I wanted to get some feedback. And when I say I want feedback, just so you know, I want people to praise me. You know, oh, wow, man, you're a rock star, you're brilliant, you're fantastic. That's what I wanted to hear. That's not... Thank you. That's not what Hans said. He said, I only have one question for you. I said, yeah, what is the question? Why are you so selfish? I'm not selfish. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Yes, you are. So he kept on going. And we could have gone on there forever, like a tennis match, like in Roland Garros. But, you know. But instead, I remembered one of my 20 secrets, principles, success factors of communication that I speak about when I'm out in the corporate world. And that is number 10. It is better to be interested than interesting. So I said to Hans, I need to understand what you mean with this. Why do you call me selfish? And he said, well, you know, yes, your performance was good, but there's one thing I lack in the whole presentation, and that is you. I don't get to know you as a person. I mean, all I can see is this kind of exterior, good-looking, he said, his words, not mine. And you tell examples, that's all fine, but nothing about you. I want to know about you. I want to know about your vulnerabilities, your hesitation. I want to know when you're insecure. Give me something more than just the tips and tricks that you share. And I said to Hans, but Hans, I don't believe that I am important, that I am anything special. And then Hans said, I get it. You're not only selfish, you are also stupid. I need to think about this, I said to Hans, and I hang up the phone. And I did. I did some searching in myself and tried to get his reality into mine, because my reality is like that. I don't feel that I am special. I feel that you are special. It's all about you. One of my mentors 20 years ago, he said to me, Anthony, there are 3 things really. It's you, it's me, and it's it. And the it is the present in the presentation. And for me, it's all about that. It's all about you. I'm not very important. This is important. I'm not. So that was the idea for me now. What should I do with this? What should I do with his reality when my reality is different? Could it be so that his reality and my actually can coexist? Could it be 2 different realities at the same time? And I believe it is. I believe it is. Let's divide us. How many of you are actually speakers? Raise your hands so I know. Yeah. Let's divide us into 2 categories, like in a spectrum here. On this side, let's see if I have a pen here. Here's a pen. On this side, we have the missionaries, the priests, the carpe diem speakers. You know, seize the day, endure. If you fall down, get back up again. Can you see those speakers? Be positive, think positive, do positive. Some of you are in this corner. And when you are good, you are great. And when you are great, you are amazing. The audience will go from laughter to tears and back to laughter again, right? If you're great. I don't feel that I belong in this corner. This is Hans' corner. I haven't done anything special in my life. I haven't climbed the highest mountain. I haven't crossed the deepest seas, and I understand that I sound like a pop song right now when I say this. Which pop song? Every pop song, I guess. You haven't been singing a lot. Let's sing together. I get a feeling for singing. I didn't expect to do it, but we do it anyway. You probably heard this song, but you have to follow me, otherwise this will be very embarrassing for me. I have climbed the highest mountain, I have run through the fields, only to be with you. Only to be with you. Let's stop the song, because the rest is, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, and we're not going to go that way. I haven't been broken, I haven't been burned out or depressed or homeless or anything like that. I'm just an ordinary person, perhaps with an extraordinary work. On the other side of the spectrum, here, we have some other people. Can you see these people? The teachers, the do's and don't speakers. If they talk about who you are or who you should be, these people talk about how you do things and how you should do things. Some of you are in this corner, and when you are good, you're also great, and when you're great, you're also amazing, because you deliver with passion, conviction, and you have excellent pedagogical skills that will help people perform better at whatever task that you are expert in. Can you see yourself here, some of you? This is where I belong. This is me. I have the 7 steps for breaking a bad news. I have the 4 ways of handling negative reactions. I have the 13 ways of boosting motivation. I have the 20 secrets of human communication. This is where I belong. This is where I feel at home. But now Hans is telling me to go toward that corner. And if you're like me, you feel that, again, should I be personal? Should I be private? It feels strange. But with Hans's help, I kind of try to move a little bit to the middle of the spectrum. Let me share with you one example that I have. 2 different stories, the same communication truth, number 11 in this case. Words matter. This is when I talk about that the words you use will actually have an impact on how people feel, how they perform, how they cooperate, how they lead, everything. Words are important. Would you agree that words are important? Would you be in this line of business if it wasn't? Yes. Of course. So here's the one where I'm not included as myself. It's just one story. Words, it goes something like this. Words matter. You can even change people's physiology based on the words you use. There was an experiment that was done in the US where students had to go through a long corridor, and at the end of the corridor there was a room, and in that room, half of the group, let's say that you are the ones, you had to create sentences based on words like young, fast, alert. And the other half, that would be you. You would create sentences based on words like old, tired, and slow. Now the researchers, they wanted to find out if there would be a difference afterwards from a physical perspective. Because in the corridor, when everyone walked back, you had motion sensors. So they wanted to check if you would move faster than you guys. Do you think it was like that? In this experiment, this was so clear. You guys, you ran down the corridor like you were young and fast and alert, and you walked like you were old, tired, and slow. So words matter. What kind of words do you use in your workplace? Strong words, weak words, many words, few words? I think this story works. Do you agree? You can understand the example here. You can understand the story based to the communication truth that I'm delivering. I think it's a good story. I get some laughter. I get some aha moments from some people. But now I'm going to do it the Hans way, and I've just recently started to do this. So this is like only half a year old for me, this particular one. It goes something like this. Words matter. You can even change people's physiology based on the words you use. When I was a young boy, 12 years old, my mother she thought that I was too skinny, too thin. And she said in her very strange, metaphorical way, "I can play guitar on your ribs." You got the idea, right? And she said it once, and she said it twice, and 5 times, and 10 times. And finally, I got it. The message was not that I should eat more. The message was that I wasn't good enough. The message was that I felt useless, worthless, worth less when I stood up straight. So I looked myself in the mirror like this, without the shirt, and yeah, I could see the ribs. That means that I was worth less. So my strategy was to do this. Now I can't see the ribs anymore. So from that on, 40 years later, I'm still walking like I'm 100 years old. And mind you, I'm supposed to be a communication expert. I've written books about this. One of my favorite little booklets is this one, Understanding Body Language. I have 5 copies I will share to you if you want to. I love it, small little thing. I know what signals you send with your body language. Still, my subconscious tells me, probably, that every time I stand up straight, I am worth less. Words matter. What words do you use in your workplace? Do you lift people up or do you pull them down? I'm so curious to know what you think about those different stories. But I can tell you, most people seem to like me more when I tell the second story, when I show my vulnerability, when I show myself, when they get to know me as a person, not only as a function of being up here. It was surprising for me that when I found out from Philippe, in January I think it was, that I was supposed to be here together with you presenting these thoughts. I didn't know that I would be wiser because of it. But I actually became wiser because of it. I did some soul searching about why I'm doing what I'm doing. And not the corporate lingo thing about, I want people to perform better when they lead and sell and cooperate and blah, blah, blah. But really, why am I doing what I'm doing? So I asked my subconscious to hand me the real answer. And it took a month. And a month later, it was served to me in the most simple, authentic, banal way. My truth number 12, keep it simple, not stupid. More Obama, less Trump, if you understand what I mean. I just want people to get along. That's actually all I want. That's my core, that's my driving force. I just want people to get along. And with that, I also got another memory, hidden way back in a basement somewhere, served together with this sentence as an example of what I mean with that. And what happened was that I remember when I was 9 years old in the summertime, I was in the back of the family's red Ford Taunus. We were driving down a highway in Montenegro, former Yugoslavia, 90 kilometers per hour, and we were close to the Albanian border. I was sitting here, my father there, my mother there, my sister over here, and my mother was terrified that we were going into Albania. This was in the late 70s. If you don't know anything about Albania, it's like North Korea today. She was terrified. And they started to have an argument, their 1001 argument. And she got more or less hysterical. And during that time, she opened the car door while we were driving at 90 kilometers per hour, trying to jump out. And my father catched her, brought her back in, managed somehow to close the door as well. She cried hysterically. My father, he tried to calm her down. And I sat in the back doing nothing. nothing. That was just one example. I want people to get along. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't think I will ever do this on stage again. This is the one time only. This is too private for me. Also, my parents are alive, so I don't want to embarrass them. That wouldn't be good for us and our relationship either. But I wanted to share it with you, just to get an idea of what it comes from. If I want to create change in people, I need to make it personal for them. And one way of doing it is to make it personal for me, even if I am the teacher. And I'm so curious about what you think about the different stories and if we can hook up, because strangers for me are friends I don't know yet. So hopefully we will become friends, and if we don't become friends, at least we will get along, right? Thank you.